So technical rating, what are you giving The Ring?
I gave it a 7.5. And maybe I should give it more, but
I
like
give it an 8. Yeah.
you gave it an 8.
I'm
Yeah.
right
And
there, right there. Yeah.
you know, honestly, I should give it an 8. I gave it an 8 initially, and then I changed it. I'm going to change it back because the
It's pretty
cinematography is amazing. The sound design is amazing. The score is amazing. And the acting is extremely good for this type of movie.
I,
And it's
I'm
great.
I mean, the thing is like I was trying to be nitpicky last night when I
Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
it had been years since I'd seen it, and I was like, yeah, maybe I just have like an inflated idea of this film because I watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like maybe it's going to be a lot dumber. Watching it, I was like, this thing is pretty tightly constructed. Like it's like
It is. It's actually,
maybe
yeah, structurally it's very good, and it
yeah,
has a theme. It has really good, comparisons and layers and everything to it. So the the
yeah.
the biggest problems I have with it are some of the unanswered questions. This is the other question I actually want to ask you.
Okay.
What does everybody have the same experience that Naomi Watts had, where they pull the thing out of their mouth, they
Oh,
pull out the fly from the TV, they have a horse jump off and see blood in the water? Like, what
right.
is everyone's experience with this?
Yeah,
Because
that's
this is very
interesting.
specific.
Because Noah doesn't seem to have as many things as she does.
No.
Noah believes in it because of all the photos that he takes of it. He and doing the research with her and realizing, oh, there's a real history to this. But
Mhm.
Noah doesn't seem to be haunted by it in the same. But we could make the argument that because of the connection between Naomi Watts' son and Samara, that Naomi Watts is getting like a juiced up, extra haunted version of the 7-day experience.
Yeah.
And because the
Well,
girl
because
doesn't seem to be all that haunted by her
no,
last 7 days.
no, the once she makes the copy, she's in the clear. She's
Yeah,
free. So
yeah,
why does it keep happening to her? And the only reason the reason that I came up with is like, well, she feels that Naomi Watts can actually release her from
yes,
the
and
prison of,
yeah,
wherever.
and maybe it's that. Maybe it's literally Samara just leaving breadcrumbs because she sees that this woman is investigating,
Yeah,
and she sees that this woman is actually looking for her, and so she's pulling her
yeah.
along with maybe
That's
it's just that.
that's kind of what I came to, but
And
it also makes me wonder, like, well, all right, well, you get the call, you have 7 days, what happens after that besides your picture being taken and you can't see your face?
it
Like,
seems like for a lot of people, not a lot. It seems like they get
maybe
a
it is. Yeah.
they watch a creepy tape, they get a creepy phone call, and then they just sort of go about their life for the next 7 days, and they kind of forget about it, and then on day 7, the TV turns on and they go, "What the crap's going on?" And
Yeah,
Samara comes out and kills you. And like
could be.
and I
Yeah.
th and the fact that Naomi Watts is having the experience she's having, that's why we're watching her movie and not anybody else. We're
Yeah,
watching her, but
could be.
I was like I said, I was trying to be nitpicky with this screenplay and point at things that I had questions about Becca. I have questions about why the kid is eerie. Breaking it down with you and talking about it, I went, I think all of my problems are addressed. Even the things that I don't quite know, I'm okay not knowing them. And I think that the
Yeah.
screenplay does enough that it gives me plausible, ways to interpret things that are really creepy.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just think that the thing is very well constructed, and I think it stays with you in a really
Yeah.
effective way.
Yeah. So I think my other problem with it is this is being more nitpicky.
Mhm.
The whole movie you're led to believe that the dad killed Samara,
Yeah.
and then it turns out that it's the mom.
Mhm.
And the twist, that little twist of, oh, it was the mom that actually killed her, did not work for me because there's like
Yeah.
no indication for it. And if they would have just kind of hinted at that throughout the whole movie, it probably would have been better. And
Yeah.
that's my biggest nag that I have with the movie.
Yeah, maybe they could take some more time to try to set that up.
But it's honestly like, it's a little bit more nitpicky. So,
Sure, sure. Um, the ending, I'm
yes,
gonna give the ending of this film a 9.
I gave it the same score because it
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah.
That turn, man. Oh,
Yeah.
it's one of the best payoffs in movie
Yeah.
in our generation that I feel like.
Again, we our last 2 episodes have been all about payoff, have been about
Yeah,
movies that really land, and
very
that
true.
Like I said, you could end it with them releasing her from the well and everything's all good, but it's that twist that it's like, no, like, no, you this was never about sending Samara off into the light and delivering her spirit into the
Yeah.
afterlife. This was always about her being set loose so that she could even wreak even more havoc. And now you have the choice to make. Are you going to save your son or not? And that's the only thing you can do is save
Yeah.
yourself. Oh boy,
Yeah.
great.
It is a great the turn, the setup, yeah, the ending is very, very well done. And I
And
mean,
this kid creeps the bejesus out of me. Like
yeah, yeah,
this kid's the way he looks at his mom while his nose is bleeding. Whoo,
yeah.
and yeah,
Creepy kid. Creepy,
yeah.
creepy kid. So really good ending for sure.
Rewatchability. I maybe this is low. I put it at 7 just because it's
That's
not. Yeah.
that's what I put too. I think this is and this I kind of touched on this. Like so many movies copied this
Mhm.
that like now watching the original, even though this is the original, it was a little lessened for me. It's not as impactful, and I'm kind of like, oh, but it still is very rewatchable. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I picked up a lot more this time, but I mean, because it's so scary and because I don't enjoy watching it, I
Yeah.
put it a little bit lower at 7.
I think that's right. I think I've never actually enjoyed watching this movie, but
Yeah,
that's a testament to how good it is
yeah,
because it just leaves me going, I'm good if I don't see that for
yeah,
another few years.
yeah.
It
It's a
it
Halloween movie. It's a
it
scary movie.
it makes me feel haunted for a few days after I see it,
Yeah,
and that's how good it is at doing what it's trying to do, but it also makes me go, "I'm not trying to watch that over and over and over again." But it
yeah.
definitely, like, in this discussion too, all these years later, I'm getting more out of it,
Hmm.
so it definitely gives more on rewatches, but, yeah, I also am just like, "Boy, this movie really sticks with me in a way that not a lot of scary movies do."
Yeah,
So maybe I'd bump that up to like a 7.5. Cultural relevance. We talked about all the copycats this movie's had, and
yeah.
I definitely think that it kicked off an era of horror cinema, an era in the genre. And I would say I put it like a 7.5, maybe even an 8 because of that. But
Yeah, I gave it a 7 because I think it did kick off, it had a huge cultural impact. I think now, I mean, they made Rings, it didn't really make any sort of dent or splash, it didn't do much, but I still feel that this movie has lasting power. Like it's one of those movies for a generation that really like The Exorcist, like it just scared all those people, and everybody from, our parents' generation remembers The Exorcist. Like
yeah,
everyone from our generation remembers The Ring, and it will have this lasting impact. So I think 7, yeah, I think it could probably be a little bit more, but it has an impact for sure.
I'm gonna keep mine at 7.5. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it
Cool.
right there. Subjective score. We've been saying a lot of positive things about this movie. I'm gonna keep mine's at a 7 just because again, the movie's too good at what it does, which means
Yeah.
I don't I'm not like I don't it really it's not like a movie that I love, but I
Yeah.
gotta give it props for being good at what it's trying to do. So I'm staying at
Yeah.
because I'm just like, you're too good at getting under my skin. And
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's what I gave it a 7 as well. I think honestly, I mean, Gore Verbinski is he's a really talented director. I
Mhm.
mean, and he's got a pretty wide range of movies that he can make. I mean, he made Mouse Hunt, which is
Yeah.
very weird, and then he makes Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's a really good director. And I think the fact that he made this movie so well, it yeah, I think it deserves a 7 in my opinion. So,
Did you ever see A Cure for Wellness?
no, I didn't. I
I never
didn't.
saw that either, and it looked
Looks
it
weird and scary.
It looked the reason I never saw A Cure for Wellness is it from the trailer, I felt like I'd seen it. I felt like it was like
Yeah,
Shutter Island, like just like guy that is at an insane asylum and they start making him feel like he's one of the patients and he can't they're telling him that he's always been one of the patients and he's trying to convince them that he's not great. I don't know. I don't know what the movie actually is, but it just seemed like a movie when I saw the trailer that I was like, I think I've already
yeah,
seen that movie.
yeah,
But I'd be interested to check it out because I've actually
yeah,
heard some interesting things about it.
yeah. I have not heard. that kind of came and went. But I agree. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, that seems like it might be this.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wonder if that'll be more of a cult following, that
Yeah.
gains for that, because it's yeah. But yeah, he's a good director. The Ring was good. It was a good movie.
All right, everybody. What do you think? Do you like The Ring? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think that that we're little babies for letting it get under our
Yeah.
skin? Did you watch The Ring 2 or Rings? Are you a fan of the Ring franchise, or is it just the first one? Do you like Ringu? Let us
Yeah.
know.
And it was
Participate
based on a
with us.
book. So did
Oh
any of
wow,
you read the book? So
wow. Yeah, but that's it. Go out there and wear a funny costume or a scary one and have a nice scary season for the rest of the month.
yep.
And we'll see you on the next one, on the next episode. Thanks for hanging with us. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those good things. Bye-bye. 7 days.
See you next time.
We'll see you in 7 days.